set someone's house alight by putting tissue through a letterbox, and it caused a lot of hassle.
Most young fire setters don't become adult arsonists, but many arsonists started as children. Fire setting is the act of setting a fire. Arson is the legal term for the crime. Rates of arson are rising, and schools are prime targets. On average, 20 schools a week suffer an arson attack. School arson costs over £100 million a year. Insurers believe that 50% of school arson goes unreported. Most children are fascinated by fire, but what happens when they get into fire setting? Mark is 12 years old. A few months ago, he got burnt on the leg.
This boy, he popped an aerosol can and it went on my leg. And then he chucked a lighter into it to see if it would turn out as a flame fire. He was holding it there and I wasn't looking. But after, he started to laugh.
AJ is 13. He set fire to his bedroom.
I had a lighter in my bedroom and I was being a bit silly with it, and I had a silly moment and I got some tissue, put it on my carpet, set it on fire, and then it went out of hands and it seized on my carpet. My mum came in and I tried to hide it and I tipped sherbet over the burnt patch thinking my mum wouldn't see it.
Kellen became interested in fire when he was very young.
I used to love watching fires and flames. By the age of 3, that's when I started making fires. I just used a lighter which I took from my mum. Quite a bit of it caught fire. So then I got some scissors and cut it off and threw it in the bin. I think I was about 4 or 5. I suppose it was just a fascination because I like to see what burnt and what didn't.
Hello, you're through to fire service. There's a fire in Penrose Comprehensive School. There's lots of smoke and flame. It's quite big. All right, OK, we're on our way.
On the night of March the 18th, 2006, the fire service was called to Penny Rail Comprehensive School in Swansea.
When we got there, the flames were already coming out of the building through the window and the roof. Already somewhere like 15-foot flames, and within 2 hours we were seeing a building that was 3 stories reduced to less than 1 story. Flames during that period of time were reaching 100-foot. To see a building just reduced to rubble, you see the structure of it, and it was melting just like as if it was chewing gum. The heat was so intense in the area.
It was obvious to firefighters that it was arson. Head teacher Alan Tutil got a call in the middle of the night.
It was one of those phone calls that you sort of remember, I suppose, for the rest of your life, because you don't often get them at that time of the night. And he just said, prepare yourself, the school's on fire, there isn't going to be much left.
By the time he arrived the next morning, 2/3 of the school was gone.
The first thing that hit you was the fact that we did have a 3-story block in the middle, and that had just completely collapsed. There were a few bits of twisted metal still sticking up into the air, and quite a lot of smoke and so on, but otherwise everything was virtually down to ground level. There was initial disbelief and shock. I was upset on behalf of the pupils who had lost GCSE coursework and other bits of work. Staff, some of whom have been working here for 30, 35 years and had lost all of their work. And there was also a sense of anger as well that this could have happened. 45 classrooms were lost, 7 out of 9 science laboratories, the whole of the art department, including a pottery room with a kiln and so on, the whole of our technology department. 4 out of 5 ICT suites were burned to the ground.
Pupils and staff gathered at the site.
It was quite a heartbreaking scene, really, because the girders were obviously visible, a lot of activity, and a lot of children standing outside. So it was a very sad scene. And I think that was when it hit home that everything had gone.
There was loads of rubble and there was like cranes really high with people on them trying to put out the fire, and it was still smoking and everything, and it looked really horrible. It was huge before, and then there was just this big hole in the sky where it used to be.
When we got back onto the site, we ran little tours by our site manager for people to get as close to their old classroom as they possibly could. And a lot of people said that that gave them a sense of closure on what had happened, because of course you're always wondering, if my filing cabinet has survived, might there be some of my resources in there? And that the reality was everything was just ashes.
In my mind's eye, I thought something could be salvaged. But when they took us around the site, there was nothing. Filing cabinets were charred, and when we opened them, there was just dust inside.
2 ex-pupils were arrested for arson. About 80% of the fires that the Mid and West Wales Fire Service attend are deliberate. Nick Dodd is part of the local arson reduction team.
Most of our fire setters tend to fall into the category of being around 11 to 18 years old. A lot of the fires that we attend are simply as a result of boredom and mischief making. Of course, you do have the deliberately set fires, which are to cover up crimes. Many of the young people that we deal with have no concept of the destructive nature of fire. They will only have considered their action. They will not have considered the results of their action.
Across the world, experts are trying to understand fire-setting behaviour so as to better educate and intervene.
A lot of kids are very interested in fire setting because it is arousing, or it's arousal regulating, so that at times of feeling intense emotion or even not so intense emotion, being bored. I mean, if you speak to a lot of juvenile fire setters, they set fires because they're bored and they have nothing better to do.
It is kind of really hard to say no to lighter, because it's like a little devil in your head saying, go on, take it, you know you want to.
Some kids get into setting fires when they're angry, for revenge, for retaliation. Other kids may be feeling unhappy, like the world isn't a fair place.
All I've got in the door is just house, a big massive fire all there. All I've done is just got angry.
I feel rotten, I don't feel the way I want to feel, and fire setting changes the way that I feel.
When I'm watching the flames, I feel warm and relaxed, not worrying.
It's the flames and the bang. The bang when you put metal in and it goes bang and it's like fireworks.
Yeah, and like the colours it goes, because you can get an orange flame, yellow flame, blue flame. I like powerful flames, but raw.
Most of the kids that I've seen have set hundreds of fires. Most of those fires have not resulted in huge damages or any personal injury. It's bad luck that the next one that they set, in the way that they have set their previous 20 or so fires, for some reason that fire goes and the school burns down. Hopefully, if there has been some intervention or treatment involved, instead of using fire setting as a problem-solving mechanism, you're giving them skills that will allow them to use more productive means for dealing with their distress.
One intervention is the Fire Service's LIFE project. AJ, Kellum and Mark are all taking part in this week-long course run by firefighters in East Sussex. Over bacon sandwiches, they get to meet the instructors.
What have we got to actually do today?
As you're told.
That's the most important thing.
But what we do is we take each activity one at a time, yeah, and then when you get it right and you're comfortable with it, yeah, you move on to the next one. And then at the end you put them all together and you put a big show on for your parents and for your friends.
Good morning everybody. Welcome to East Sussex Fire and Rescue Service.
There are 15 young people attending the course, all referred by juvenile services. For this week, they'll follow fire service rules.
We won't swear at you, and we'd ask you not to swear at us or at each other. You won't hear us swearing at each other either.
Okay, right, now grab hold of them and put
Fire services across the country now offer different programmes to tackle fire setting and other types of antisocial behaviour. Mark Rist is the lead instructor.
We try and take on these courses young people who either have or might offend. Obviously, as a fire and rescue service, we're particularly interested in people that have got a fire setting background or that sort of experience. But we also take young people that have been perhaps struggling at school, lacking in confidence, maybe even the victims of bullying, because our course builds up everybody's confidence levels and allows them to challenge themselves in a way that they don't get in school. Stand at ease. So it's left foot moves, right foot stays still, guys, okay? Slide foot, shoot. Okay, follow the one.
Firefighters are seen as good role models.
Although we're a uniformed service, I think we're not seen as the police are, as being out there to stop people offending or what have you. We can bring young people in and we can associate with them kind of at their level, and then they're fairly receptive to talking to us and working with us, and I think that's something we can do in a way that perhaps our colleagues in other blue light services can't do.
Everybody looks over their right shoulder and puts their arm out straight. Right, that's that one, Toby. Yeah, so your arm's that side, right shoulder. Get set, go!
Vicky Thomas is a consultant to the fire service. She's helped develop courses like this all over the country.
We have got a lot of young people on this course with ADHD, we've got Tourette's, epilepsy, we've got a lot of young people who have got real self-esteem issues and self-belief issues. Hopefully what we're going to give them this week is the opportunity to realise that they're actually strong enough to lead themselves or to make choices themselves and not follow in a direction that is not healthy.
That's it.
See, don't like me.
No, that's fine. Okay, it hasn't worked.
At the end of the week, they'll display their new skills in front of parents and carers.
Right, you are now going to have to rely on your partner telling you what to do. Young people tend to think that they're learning to be firefighters, and to a degree that they are doing some of the work that we would do with trainees, but it's more about the discipline, the timekeeping, the structure of the day, teamwork.
It's a big step. I can't see.
They have to work with different people and they have to communicate. A lot of what we do is about communicating.
I don't know what it is, but fire engine. That was hard leading someone.
What was it like for him?
How was it for you, Callum? Stressed.
Mark has a problem with heights. He made it up there, but can he get down?
Going up a wreck.
It didn't look like you were scared. You've done really well. All right.
The next ladder they're expected to climb is 13.5 metres high.
Yeah, it was dodgy for me because I had to climb up the ladder.
Why was it dodgy?
Because I'm scared of heights.
We're doing 3 levels of that today.
You would have told us not to go away so you could come down yesterday.
The 3rd floor. Be proud of yourself. Show that you can do it.
Yeah.
Prove them right.
I'm really proud of you. That's really, really good. You pleased with yourself? Huh?
I'm shaking.
I know, I'm shaking watching you. But you did really well. Okay, what I'm going to do is try and get you down off here now. What you've just done is to overcome something that you're really frightened of, and you've done brilliantly with it.
The course has a strict discipline system based on yellow and red cards, like football.
I don't put my gloves on.
Yes, you do. You're on the fire ground. If you've got a problem, then I'll have to start issuing cards. I don't really want to do that. I mean, you're a nice...
2 yellows or 1 red, and they're off the course.
A lot of them haven't had that consistency, and when we say stop doing it, we mean stop doing it. When we say, sorry, you've got a yellow card, we mean you've got a yellow card.
Keep it on! Have I said take it off? How many times have I said we're on the fire ground?
We stick very much to our guns, and that's the way we operate in the fire service. If you're asked to do something, you do it.
Everyone understand? Have I said go yet? We'll come back then.
The worst thing about this course is, yeah, guess what? The boots, they really hurt and they're really horrible. And guess what? And the other thing is that the cards, they're really bad, okay?
I ain't allowed to swear, I ain't allowed to spit. I'm already on the yellow card just for spitting. And it is really here.
I ain't even thought about swearing. That's what I usually get kicked out of school for, swearing. I ain't even sworn once.
Actually, you have, I've heard you. Yeah,
Well, what's that?
under your throat, under your breath.
Yeah, that's under my breath. Anyway, let's go.
One of the main purposes of the LIFE project is to make young people think about the consequences of their actions.
Tell me what you think. That's all right, it doesn't hurt. Come on, mate, you're all right.
John is one of the few people to have survived with 92% burns.
The grills as well. It's all there. It's all right, it doesn't hurt. All right?
Feels like a scalp.
It does, doesn't it? Lovely. Just it. Right, do you know what that is there? That's my backside. You've just been touching my backside. Pray so, boys and girls. Break it inside so we get a bit of laughter. Okay. When I was 25, I was walking back from a nightclub. There was a crowd running up behind me, so I told my girlfriend to run away. Whereupon I was smacked around the head with a claw hammer and then set on fire. I've got 92% burns, 50% full thickness, broken ankles, broken toes. I'm pretty burnt from here downwards. My fingers on this hand are burnt so badly they have to be amputated. I can see I've got your full attention. I can see you might be understanding what I'm trying to say here. I'm here today to give you guys a choice, okay? And you really do have a choice on this one, right? You can beat Jack the Lad, fine, but do it sensibly, yeah? Right? I'm not joking, guys. This is a killer.
They also watch real footage of fatal fires.
What do you think you're going to get out of this, AJ?
To show us that it's not good joyriding.
Yeah, anything else? Fires can kill.
It is very hard-hitting, and some people do say it's controversial. However, I think it's the only message that we can work with these young people. They truly believe that a lot of the stuff they watch on TV is true to life, so that somebody can walk into a burning building, the building can blow up, and they can walk out without a mark on them.
It's just, can we get these kids to realise don't do the things that they want to do or their friends do? Because if they can stop their friends' influence doing something, then we're not just affecting 10, 12 children, we could be affecting the behaviour of 200 or 300.
Have the videos made any difference to their attitudes to fire?
It's starting to make a difference. Like watching the 3 little kids, the way they brought them out, it was just horrible.
That was really scary, because I've never seen someone burnt that bad.
I don't like fire anymore. No, I don't like it anymore. I'm not going to play with it anymore.
In Swansea, a 17-year-old ex-pupil was found guilty of the arson attack at Penny Rail School. The cost of the fire is over £14 million, but the emotional costs are immeasurable. Few school fires are as devastating as this one, but only 50% of school arson is ever reported, and schools underestimate the potential for disaster.
I think we have to educate teachers to see their premises through different eyes. I think we have to educate them to see them through our eyes, to look for the telltale signs that something bigger may happen within their building. If young people are setting small fires in bins, damaging notice boards, if they see burn marks in and around the school, they really should be paying attention to those. They should have a system of reporting them, and that report should go to the fire service.
I think it is true that we don't always report every incident that could be classed as arson. You know, you don't want a young person perhaps who's just done something daft, a prank, set fire to an exercise book in the playground or something, getting some kind of criminal record or anything like that. You want to try and keep it in perspective. Sometimes it can just be the sheer busyness of the day-to-day that you know, you deal with it as opposed to referring it on.
The small signal crimes are telling you that you have young people wandering around your school with matches or with lighters in their pockets. The match is the cheapest weapon of mass destruction. That is why I'm saying, take the signals seriously, no matter how small they are, and maybe we can prevent the bigger incidents.
Back at the Life Project, the group are facing their toughest test. Wearing breathing apparatus, they have to crawl through dark tunnels as if in a smoke-filled house.
Mind you don't stand on the casualty.
Right. We're going to come through.
Oh,
Right. This...
Mark has had to come out. He's scared of the dark.
do it.
Hey, that's all right.
It's too dark.
Just remember, you didn't let anyone down and you didn't let yourself down, all right? Yeah? What about later on, you and I can go back in and we'll have torches. Do you want to give that a try later? Yeah, should we do that?
I want to do that as well.
Right, AJ, you're going to lead me through it, mate?
No, you lead me through it.
No.
Oh, why
The point is, I know I can lead you through it. You need to practice the leadership.
All right, let's go.
Hey! I'm not ready yet.
Whoa.
Go on then.
I'm over there.
Sorry?
I'm over there.
Shall I go first? I've got the line. Are you on my boots?
Yeah.
Are you right there, AJ?
Yeah.
Don't worry about me, will you? Your teammate is stuck.
Okay.
Wait for me.
I'm going back in.
Go for it, Mark. You can do it.
Okay, can you hold my helmet?
Ready? I'm right with you, okay? All right.
Right, guys, well done, Mark. Well done, you two. All right. Grab your helmet and we'll go and take sets off him. Well done, mate.
Well done. Peter can make a list of the pairs on the board.
By the end of the fourth day, out of the original 15, there are only 12 left. AJ already has one yellow card. He's about to get another.
Gives you another card. Into there, please.
He has been a struggle all week. He's found the discipline quite hard to cope with. And I think we've all worked really, really hard to keep him here. But today was really the final straw. So AJ has now gone home. But AJ will be invited back.
One pace forward.
A lot of people say that maybe our rules are too strict. However, we still have 11 young people with us. And they're 11 young people who struggle with rules normally. So we're doing something right.
I felt a bit disappointed because I was really looking forward to Friday, and he told me how it was going to be, and I was really, really looking forward, and I was like, yes, I'm going to make it. I'm going back on another life course, and I'm going to try my best, and I'm going to make sure that I succeed and come out with a really smiley face and not get no yellow cards or red cards and enjoy myself.
It's the final day, the passing out parade. Kellum's mum and Mark's mum are there to see their boys in action.
I see the life course as a gateway of opportunities for any organisation that wants to refer young people to it. I know a lot of people say, what difference can you make in a week? But if you come down here on a Monday and you see the difference by Friday, we do make a difference. People say, well, how can that be a long-lasting difference? Well, we've now got national figures to prove that young people 6 years after having attended the course are on a 66% non-offending rate.
I've watched you there demonstrating some skills that normally would take recruit firefighters up to 13 weeks to learn. If you can achieve what you've done today, after 5 days of training, you can achieve whatever you want to do.
Kellum. What are we going to say about you? I've got the smilers this week. I've got the 2 smilers. And again, Kellum, at the beginning of the week, was he was smiley but fairly quiet. Went home, the next day came in, smiley face, completely changed. And again, can't knock the smile off his face, no matter what we throw at you. Well done, he's had a really great week.
Okay, when thinking yesterday on how I could describe Mark and the week that he's had with us, the word courage kept coming into my head. Mark's got guts, okay, and he does everything he does with a smile, and I like that, so well done, Mark.
Mate, I am absolutely over the moon, and I'm really surprised that he saw it out, and I'm glad he did. Little baby.
I feel great. I'm going to miss doing all this. I'm going to miss seeing everyone.
I'm just so proud of him. My heart could burst. I'm that proud of him.